Ryan Hennessy here with Cameron Porch, Ridgeview High School. Coach, upcoming season, it's here. It has arrived. Media day today, yesterday was first day. What are your expectations this season compared to the team last season?
I mean, our expectations are through the roof compared to last year. We've come so far as compared to where we were last year at this point. I just got to the school in June, really, last year. Wasn't there full time through the spring, so it was a tough situation for us. Guys were kind of done a disservice, but we've been fortunate enough to have an off season at all this year, and it was a really good off season. We had a good weightlifting season. Guys fully committed. We got a bunch of kids out. We were at 69 kids at this point last year. We got 92 out right now. We had a good spring, we had a good weightlifting season. We've had a really good summer so far, and the first 2 days of practice hadn't disappointed either, so we're excited.
This new playoff schedule, a lot of coaches have talked about, a lot of coaches have said, the positives, the negatives, the good, the bad for each side of it. What is your team's opinion on this and how it's going to affect your team?
We haven't talked about it very much, honestly, because the playoffs are always one of those if you win, you're in kind of deals. So we got to take care of our end in the first place, and that's one of our goals, obviously, is to get in. I think it opens the door a little bit more in a tough district like ours. Instead of just being limited to 2 teams, you could take 3 or 4 teams in a district. So the door is open for not only us, but other teams that are in our district, because we got a really good, tough schedule in there. But it is what it is. You win and it kind of takes care of itself in the end. So whatever the playoff format, we're just going to go out there and do our best every Friday night.
With your players, I know every coach says, win every game, 1 game at a time, but your players, they got one thing to mark on the calendar, 1 game. What would you say they're marking?
We do preach to them. We've got a pretty veteran squad. We've got a lot of guys returning from last year. We got a good group coming back that are juniors and seniors this year, and even though we're still relatively young, we got a lot of returners. They've kind of bought into the fact that we say, next game, next game, next game, and it's cliche, but honestly, that's the way we approach it. We have our traditional rivalries like Middleburg and Orange Park and Fleming Island. So, those games, there is a little bit more for the guys on the line, but honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it is the next game up approach.